Hey, welcome to episode 44 of the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. I am TC Fontaine, joined by Malik Ricks and the Essential Wreak Havoc. As always, find us on most platform streaming podcasts, including Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Links to all platforms are available at ykwrestling.com. Also at ykwrestling.com, go get you some merch, man. I think what I'm gonna do once we get done, I might design something new because I feel like posting some new designs. Try to get something going, get my thinking brain on, my thinking cap on rather. How y'all doing, man?
Chilling, man.
Chilling. There ain't nothing else. Everybody just chilling. Yeah, how y'all week going?
I miss my house.
Yeah, me at the dogs, man.
Man. Yo, after I move out, I never want to see another dog again.
They not even your dog?
I didn't want to see him before we moved in. Definitely not.
Hey, you say that now, man. When y'all got to put them down eventually, you're gonna be sad, crying. You gonna be in your feels.
I have no idea. I highly doubt it, though. Man, take care of a dog is like take care of another human being, man. Eat, sleep, shit.
Pee everywhere.
Shit. You gotta pick it up and all that. Yeah, man.
You probably shed hair too.
There's a reason why I don't have kids. You know what I'm saying?
It's all bad.
Now I'm in the house with 3 other dogs, so 4. So yeah.
You said the other dogs in there beefing with your dog.
Only one of them is, man. They be scrapping. It's one of the girls' dogs too.
All right, you say you ain't from my hood. I don't rock with you, bro.
They be scrapping, bro. What? Like I had to break them up the other day. Like I kind of like put my foot under my dog and I like slid him across the room. And you think it's over, but he came back running like he was hot. Like AJ had to pick him up, bring him in the room. I was like, damn, bro.
Y'all had to be like the security guards on wrestling when they had a brawl. Everybody used to come out to the ring, pulling everybody apart.
Yeah, because like with my dog, man, I get one little flinch. He leave me alone. You might throw something at him. He shut up. But I don't know what was wrong with him that day because he kept going. So I don't know.
And your dog crazy, man. How the hospital like treating you out there, Reed?
Man, it's life. It's work. You know what I'm saying? It's calm now. We've got a lot of extra stuff with all this COVID stuff and everything. So, it's getting better.
Hey, hey, I seen the COVID in Florida. Coming back wearing the 4-5 like Michael Jordan. He said, "I'm back." Ramping up. We got some WWE and some AEW talent testing positive. I heard it was like a wave of people tested positive in WWE. Like some main roster talent, like in ring guys too. Like I seen a report about Renee Young. If Renee Young got it, John Moxley got it. So, which sucks because John Moxley got the defend championship next week,
bro.
Or the week after.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
AEW just can't win, bro. Like since October, it was cool, but one is like no business has like no wrestling company this big has ever had to go through this with COVID, like Kobe dying. You know what I'm saying? COVID, and then all now what we're going to talk about in a little bit. They have all this stuff going on, and somehow they're still able to put on some decent shows.
They're holding up.
Yeah, so, man.
No crowds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. But they still holding, like you said, Reed. They still holding up. So
they can survive through this.
Let's just hope they don't have what was probably the biggest black eye in WWE's history. The Benoit thing. Let's knock on wood that don't happen ever.
Hey man,
let's speaking
hope that never happens again ever in life to anybody.
I think something that's a bigger threat than that may be happening right now.
All right, yeah. Let's get into it, man. Speaking of black eyes, on behalf of us here at the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, we want to extend our thoughts to all of those women and men that were courageous enough over the weekend to speak out against the predatory behavior, sexual assault, harassment, just overall abuse they've experienced from other professionals in the industry. It would probably take the whole episode to name everybody, but so I'm not gonna do that because it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. But just some notable names. David Starr, over there, big name. I actually just found out he was American. I thought he was British this whole time. He's over there, got accused. I think he was the first one, and that just sent off a domino effect amongst just the entire industry. So we had guys like Joey Ryan, which was probably the least surprising one to me. I was like, how did y'all not know? How did y'all not pick up on that? Like, just that, like, the gimmick never sat well with me. Like, when I first seen it, the first time I actually heard about Joey Ryan was All In.
Really?
I had never heard of him before, and I had seen people talking about dick druids, and I'm like, what? What the fuck? Yeah. Like y'all say WWE do some stupid shit. Y'all hype over this. Like, I've seen it, and I was like, people just dressed up in dick costumes, and I found out it's a wrestler that has like people touch his dick, and I'm like, that's odd. That's something's off about that. And
move.
Yeah. And then just seeing the other things. So he's been fired from Impact Wrestling. Ironically, he was in a group called Cancel Culture in Impact Wrestling. He's been canceled for real. Who else on that list? Matt Riddle, which apparently him and his wife had both said it was the stalker that's been stalking him for years. That posted that allegation.
I got an inside source on that one.
All right, hold that thought real quick. Hold that. Let me finish real quick. We'll get back to that. There was another one, the Velveteen Dream, that came up. No mention of him on NXT today, so kind of figure how that's going. Jack Gallagher from 205 Live, he was fired from WWE.
Who?
Like, immediately he was fired, so had to been bad. Jordan Devlin, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Dave Christ, is it Christ or Christ? I think it's Christ. Impact Wrestling. Apparently they were gonna fire him well before that. This was just like all they needed to really let him go.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty much. The owner of Chikara, Mike Quakenbush, Chikara has since closed down, and that's crazy because Chikara, some notable names came from there. Damn it, Cesaro, his name slipped my mind real quick. Cesaro, Daniel Bryan was there. So a lot of names were in Chikara, but that promotion has since closed its doors. Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara.
Wait, Will?
Will Ospreay has some abuse allegations that came out. Sammy Guevara 4 years ago was on a podcast and said he wanted to commit a very heinous act on Sasha Banks when he seen her at his WWE tryout. That audio resurfaced earlier this week, and he has since been suspended by AEW. In addition to him, Jimmy Havoc has also been suspended by AEW and placed in a rehabilitation center. Those are just some notable names amongst others. While the industry is not as toxic as it was in decades past, you could go watch some old shoot interviews of guys like the Click guys, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, X-Pac, and they'll talk about some things they did, and it's just like, and they just be, laughing it off, like, yeah, we was crazy back then, but like in this climate, it don't really seem like, you should be glorifying that sort of activity. You feel me? But it's still a long way to go, and here's hoping that this hashtag speaking out platform, hopefully it's the start of them actually cleaning up some things. What do you guys thoughts? Reek, what was you gonna say?
Oh yeah. The whole Matt Riddle situation, because I think that was one of the first ones that kind of put me on the situation, because I heard about what was the first guy, David
Starr.
Yeah, I heard of him, but I didn't know like it would like really spread out until I heard about the Matt Riddle situation. And I got a friend, she works in like production with WWE, and she knows the chick that made the accusation. She like said verified flat out like this chick is really loose up here with the screws. Like she's a nutcase. You know what I'm saying? So and Matt's not the first person that she's done this to. So that's why it's like it's shaky. Plus, his lawyers put this statement out and everything like that. So they've already been dealing with this in the past. But
And
that's
bro,
really
that's
what
the
the
problem
problem
right
is.
there.
Like, because
That's the problem right there.
yeah, because you want people to have this platform, men and women,
And the
to
Matt
have that
Riddle
kind of
stuff
platform.
sounded weird, kind of like the
Yeah,
story. It was like everybody else
He
in
was
the car
bragging
asleep,
about
and then like
right.
he was just like being forced in the car though, and nobody woke up. Like that didn't really seem right to me. And I'm not the type that victim blames or nothing. So it was just like some logic added to the story. It don't kind of what I'm saying. But
It's
go
just
ahead.
like
but
you want them.
right there, that's the problem right there, bro. Is like we have all these victims, like always, there's people that take advantage of stuff.
Right.
Like no matter what you do, like we just have protests and all this stuff and the looting and all that stuff. People took advantage of somebody's death, and there's people that wasn't for the cause that was out there doing stuff that make people look bad. Just like here, there are women that are actually being assaulted and all this stuff, and then we have other women coming in and they're just flat out lying, trying to ruin somebody's career and trying to get something out of what they can get. And it's like, it's really not fair. Like, honestly, you lied about that. They need to make a law where you go to jail.
Yeah.
Because that's not nothing to play with.
You want them to have this platform to speak. Because if there's wrongdoing, if there's somebody getting taken advantage of, they're getting assaulted, that needs to come out. You know what I'm saying? That it's not like this is something that's foreign to everybody. We know that there's a lot of dark sides to the business. So, for that
Right.
to come out, it's like you want that. But, there's always those people that are in the mix that will misconstrue a story that happened with them from the past. And, they'll just be looking for some notoriety. So they'll jump on a bandwagon and make something up elaborate and say, oh, yeah, that happened to me. And it'll destroy another guy's career for something that they wouldn't really do, and it's dangerous. And that's why I say, like, in a way, it's that kind of a threat that the whole Benoit situation was all over 10 years ago. Because when you think about what happened with Benoit, the media just pounced on the situation. Like they look for any excuse to dig at wrestling, all the steroids and the abuse and this, that, and the third. With this, it's spreading. Like I was saying the other day when I was talking to y'all, it's spreading like COVID. You know what I'm saying? And the deeper and higher up it goes, you're going to start to see a lot of systems just breaking down. And it's like, I was watching something. Y'all follow that wrestling on weed, right? So he was talking the other day
I was on mute.
about
My bad. Yeah, I follow him.
yeah. I seen a post he had the other day. He's like, Vince has been accused of this stuff plenty of times, but more than that, if you remember back to like, I think it was just post Attitude Era, where he would have Trish out in the ring and just berating her, humiliating her, making her strip down, and all sort of stuff, and plenty of stuff he did with other divas. And it's like, people can speak out about these pro wrestlers and the companies and everything like that, and these gyms, but y'all won't say nothing about the big fish because y'all going to just keep supporting the product. You're going to keep watching Raw and SmackDown every week. So as long as you're hooked, you're not going to go after the ones that, really do this on a grand scale at the end of the day. So it's like, it makes you ask the question, how much do you really care? How much are you really trying to make change and support this movement? But that is the times that we're in right now. It's a dangerous time for everybody.
Yeah, man. And like I said, that's like nothing to play with. That makes everybody life harder if you're doing it or if you're lying about it. The guys that do this stuff is the reason why, us as men, we can't just do anything to it. We can't just say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I constantly living in a house with 3 women, you know what I mean? 2 of them are like younger little girls. I do my best to like make sure they're comfortable at all times around me because I don't want no woman period ever to feel uncomfortable around me. You know what I mean? Just and I don't know, bro.
And it's important to say men too, because just the other day, Keith Lee
Yeah.
tells his story, and right after he does it, somebody goes like, "Oh, you're taken away from the movement." How is that taken away? He's telling his story like all these
He's
women
telling
are.
his experience, like, and I'm glad he said something in it. I don't want to get too on my soapbox, but it was a vast contrast to when Terry Crews did the same thing, because like Keith Lee wasn't blaming nobody for it. He was just
Right.
being transparent, and for a guy like Keith Lee, is probably one of the nicest dudes in the company. Like I never met him, obviously, but he definitely is somebody that is very he just cares about folks. I see like how he was reaching out to other folks earlier before he told his story, and it's just like he just seems like a really just pleasant dude in general. And reading that, I was like, damn, he no idea what happened. Like and it's crazy. It happens to men too. Like chicks, set dudes up to get robbed. So that's probably what happened to him. And but it's
Cardi
unfortunate.
B said it. What I think last year she said she
Was
used to do that
bragging
shit all the
about it.
time when she was a stripper. Yeah, it's like, how is that taken away?
Yeah.
Because the shoe's on the other foot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
it happens both ways.
Yeah, man. But all my thoughts are with everybody, and I think today I'm hoping was the last day of any like new allegations, just new news. I'm just tired of seeing this. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully there's nobody else. I want people to start being a better judge of character for some of these folks too, man. Like, it was definitely always like the holier than thou dudes like David Starr and Joey Ryan who just happened to be the ones that was crazy. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop it. Like, stop that holier than thou shtick just because it's a way for you to get over with wrestling fans by just shitting
Right.
on
Joey
WWE,
And
shitting on shit WWE do, and then you're no better than them yourself. Like,
didn't care.
and
That's the sad
watch
thing.
what you say, people. Watch what you say. I highly doubt, Sammy Guevara knew that he was gonna be in this position, in 2016. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he
I
gets all
mean,
his training, all his
2016, that
what
it
he
wasn't.
needs to do.
I'm sorry to cut you off, bro.
No,
In 2016, like that wasn't it wasn't acceptable, but it was like more socially acceptable, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff as grown up we did was mostly like acceptable. Like out here in Vegas, we used to do crazy stuff in middle school. There was a grab ass Friday and stuff
Facts.
like that. Like we
he
didn't know
said,
what
"Grab
what
ass
we were
Friday."
doing. We didn't know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know that was assault, bro. Like that's a sexual
Yeah,
assault. You can't do that.
Y'all Vegas dudes is
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? It was like
Nah, we had something like that in middle school, bro.
I mean, like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie. Like, I was in middle school in the mid 2000s, like the early mid 2000s. Like, we
everybody
used to
did
do
it,
that
bro.
too, but like, we didn't have a whole day dedicated to it. Damn, y'all was wild.
Bro, they had a day dedicated to it, bro.
There would be.
And yeah, it's growth. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I hope he learn from the situation, hope he grows from the situation, just like, everybody else. Hope all these people get the help they need, the counseling and everything.
Yeah.
And
Sammy
people need
was
to let them
just.
grow too.
Sammy was just
On
like
top of
you
that,
should
people
have.
need to let them grow. Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy was just one of the things like you should have kept that to yourself, bro. Like
Yes.
you don't want to make that a verbal thought publicly to anybody.
Like, fam, you could have said
Right?
it any other way. You could have been like, man, I seen Sasha Banks in my trial. She was looking good, motherfucker. Like, that's all you had to say. Like, damn, you took it to the ultimate extreme. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, you just
But that's the
went.
problem with this world, bro. Like everybody wants to say the most extreme stuff. And like, I don't know if you
shock
haven't
value,
seen it
man.
on his YouTube, he like apologized for all this shit and everything. So,
Yeah, like, it's not up to us as the fans to accept his apology. It's up to one person, and that's Sasha Banks. I don't know whether she accepted it or not. She posted a statement, saying that she talked to him, but she didn't really specify whether she accepted the apology or not. Just rather that they talked it out. She doesn't have to accept it. Sasha Banks in real life seems like the type of person that, maybe eventually a long time it just, she understands, but she probably, probably made her feel a little uncomfortable, understandably.
Because it's crazy. It's crazy. Her and Jericho was tweeting at each other, right? Or was it Bailey? It was like better than the sex gods or something like that. And
So
Jericho tweeted something like that.
For the last, ever since Sasha came back, she's just been in her bag on Twitter since last summer. And, and then her and Bailey would like shit post and just, talk, so they talk about how they're better than all these tag teams. And they're just like, there was a headline. It was about how Sasha and Bailey in the main event on NXT last week outdrew Chris Jericho in the main event on AEW. And Sasha's like, we're better than the sex gods. And then like Jericho, said something about how, the demographics or some nerdy ass shit. And then Sammy posts a picture of Ricochet back when he had hair and compare him to Sasha, which that didn't sit right with me because you saying a black woman looked like a man. That didn't sit right with me at all. It didn't sit right with a lot of people.
And then a comment came out.
Sasha Banks fans. Sasha Banks fans went in on him and found some old audio of this dude and ended up getting him suspended. And it was just like, don't fuck with Sasha Banks fans. I'm telling you, they crazy as fuck. They are crazy. Like,
trust me, we know.
Ooh,
not me. Don't put me with them. I'm not one of them. No, they next level.
I was just when I heard that whole statement, when they found out he said that, I'm like, yo, TC probably wants some smoke with him now.
No, the Ricochet shit pissed me off.
Sammy at Starcast.
The Ricochet thing like actually made me mad. I was like, don't say a black woman look like a man. Like, don't do that. Like, especially if you're not a black person, don't say that shit. And then like I heard the Sasha stuff. I was like, yo, that's what happens. And then I heard the other audio. He was like talking about like black women again, and I was like, yeah, this motherfucker out of here. I don't think he should get fired, but a suspension and sensitivity training is the right move.
When he looked weird himself, have you ever just looked at his face,
bro? Like,
yeah.
He's very talented.
You ever seen that meme? Funny. You ever seen that meme of the soccer manager overseas? He's like, I cannot speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Some I want to say about Sammy Guevara that I can't say. It's gonna stay up here in my mental. I'm not gonna put it out there. Yeah, like you a really weird looking dude yourself, fam. So,
but people watch what you say, man.
Watch what you say, man.
You don't have to say the craziest stuff to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. Especially in the times we are in now. You say the wrong thing 30 years from now, your career will be over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
hey, yep, better guys. But for something a little bit more positive in the news this week, the legendary 30-year career of the Undertaker is all but over. On the final episode of The Last Ride this past week, Undertaker was quoted with saying he has no desire to get back in the ring, barring any situations where he's required. So, have we officially seen the last of the Undertaker, or was he in big cat mode? And if we have seen the end of him, what's something that you ultimately have taken away over his career?
I don't think we see the last Undertaker.
No.
I don't. I think, once where society gets back into us being around each other, he might have that last WrestleMania match, but he might not be wrestling right now. He might just be chilling for the next few years until everything gets back popping. But man, I don't trust nobody when they say they retire anymore. So
no,
I believe when I see it.
But I think definitely, that last match to sign off with, because if it were at 36, if we had the show at Tampa and there were all the fans, then that would have been a proper ending for it. Because the way that match went, even in cinematic, it was like, in a way he was saying goodbye to everybody else but the people weren't there to say goodbye to him. When you put that together and he does that one last one, then it's like, okay, I can understand that. But even after that, I don't think that would be the end either. I mean, I think like if nothing else, he would make some appearances. He's on a 15-year deal. So he could make appearances, he could show up, he can do segments, stuff like that. I don't think it'll ever really be the end.
No,
You know,
he's
in
always
terms
gonna be
of
around. But as
yeah,
far
I'm
as
thinking
like
just
in ring, like
yeah,
he don't want to get in the ring no more
yeah,
unless
and he shouldn't. You know that. I mean, I think AJ would have been the last really good match that someone could have gotten out of him. You know, whatever if he decides to do one last one, I don't know what the options would be for him, what he'd be looking at, but. Um, Yeah, if he wants to do one more, just for the sake of we have a live crowd, I would be down with that. But then that's it. No more bumps, no more nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I mean, there hasn't been a guy that's been more dedicated, at least to WWE, than he has. Truthfully, and because
right.
everybody that's come and gone, this dude, I mean,
he stay loyal.
never faltered. Yeah, never shook from nothing through the Monday Night Wars, ruthless aggression era. Now with AEW on the rise and everything, I mean, this dude just been dedicated to this business, to this company for two, almost 3 decades, man. Like you
Yeah.
gotta give that to him. So
You know,
he deserves to go out the way he wants.
yeah, I initially thought he was capping, because it's like you've been saying this for forever that you was done, that you was gonna retire, but finding out like his brother died the night
Yeah,
before he filmed the Boneyard match, and then Michelle's nephew died like a few weeks after that, and I was like, damn, like I think that really allow him to put some things into perspective as far as his future goes, and it's like
Yeah.
I can't just be out here, like I need to, like his his little girl's growing up, and you probably want to be here for her, because Tom ticks, man. He's getting older. He's like what, 55. He's
Yeah.
getting up there, so you want to be around to see
And,
all those.
and it's like one of the first time we seen his daughters. Like on Michelle's socials, she do not
She
post
never
their
shows
face.
her face, which is
nope.
it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's great.
Yeah. And people forget Undertaker got another son too. Like
Yeah,
he gotta grow
speaking of Undertaker's son, I started putting two and two together, and I was
What you
like,
got?
what Undertaker's son's name is? Gunnar Calloway. His name is Gunnar.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say Mark, but yeah, his name is Gunnar.
So his son's name is Gunnar. Who else named Gunnar? Jackson Wright.
That was
Oh,
So to put two and two together, I shouldn't have to say it. Reek know what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought about that like randomly a few days ago. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. No wonder why he chose that name.
Well, if you looked at some of the news lately, the rumors, apparently that gimmick is getting changed up. So he might come out with a new name in a couple of weeks.
I also saw that they got replaced with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. Like y'all weren't really that entertaining to begin with.
Yeah, they didn't do nothing. If you can't get over NXT, where can you get over?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, they didn't really get on there. So how did you just push them right up to SmackDown when they
Right
didn't
into a
even
tag title
get
feud.
nothing done? Yeah.
I'm glad they canceled it though. It just really would have been tone deaf just to have them, facing the New Day, beating them up. Like even when they was attacking the New Day when they first showed up, I was kind of uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this.
And promos
Yeah,
get hot.
Yeah, and I started, I know I mentioned on here before, I was like, man, the Undertaker should just like kind of be their advocate for a little bit, because just like the motorcycle, shit. But nah, never.
He would outshine him.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the Undertaker goes, man, what's something you take away from his career overall? It's been 30 years, just like what's like something either it don't necessarily have to be him in ring, but just kind of just him as a backstage figure. You know, it's like, you know, we talked about his loyalty to the company. Everybody else was leaving. You know, the outsiders left. Hogan left. Randy Savage and Piper left, and Undertaker stayed. Like, what's your ultimate takeaway?
He gave us the greatest character in wrestling history. Plain blank period. If you just look at this on his face, when the first time he got introduced to him, you're talking about your character is an undead mortician called the Undertaker. Just on its face, that never should have survived for a year, let alone 30. He said, okay, I'm going to make this work. And from 1990 to the present day, it's still, anytime somebody hears a gong in an arena, they get chills because they know what's about to come out. My first time seeing Undertaker, I was about 5 years old. I was terrified because I think one of the first segments I saw was him hanging stone cold up on that cross. Bro, I was terrified.
Yo,
I really was. And then
Lord
he
of Darkness.
Stephanie. Yeah.
Lord of Darkness Undertaker scared the shit out of me when I was like 6, 7 years old, bro.
Yes. Yo, when he burnt that thing in front of Vince's house.
Right. All right. Yo, bro. Earliest memories I got, like that, rolling the eyes, and they kidnapped. Yo, I had the biggest crush on Steph when I was a kid. He kidnapped Stephanie, bro. I wanted to cry. I'm like, yo.
Remember they tried to embalm Austin?
Yeah,
yo, bro, that had me shook.
Yo, like go back and watch. I just watched Over the Edge where Owen Hart died. I watched that like a few weeks back for the first time ever, and at the beginning of it, like the entrance, the intro video where they do like, you know, the video package and, you know, recapping what happened before the pay-per-view and shit. It shows the Undertaker in like they put it in his Titantron. So like it was when he was like rolling his eyes, and like that scene, it just took me back. Like I got PTSD. I just like, damn, I used to be scared of this as a kid. Like when he rolled his eyes back, like I was like, this used to scare the hell out of me. Him and I was scared shitless of Undertaker and Bowser from Super Mario back in the day. Like both of them used to scare the shit out of me. Yeah.
Undertaker came, man.
That's what it was.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what it was. It was just like we just brought it every single night, and it's like you carry that for several decades without flinching. He innovated it a little bit, went to American Badass Undertaker, but it's still Undertaker. You know what I mean? It's like you can't beat that. Like that, it's original and it can't be duplicated.
Nah,
right.
No matter what.
What's your favorite Undertaker match?
Ooh,
damn.
Everybody think I'm gonna say mine since y'all don't. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Undertaker match. It's my favorite Shawn Michaels match. It's not the first one. It's the second one at WrestleMania. I will stand tall, stand pat forever when I say that their second match at Mania was better than the first one. Even though we kind of knew what was, I think it was just because I was like, man, nah, Shawn Michaels ain't retiring. I was for sure thinking he was about to win. That's like my favorite match just because like it was so much tension. My second favorite match was against Brock Lesnar at Mania. Just because of the moment. Like it wasn't the best wrestling match, but like the story, it told a story, and it told the story unintentionally just because he had a concussion, and like the concussion actually added to the match. Because it just like it helped tell the story a whole lot better. And nobody ever thought that the streak would end. And then when he pins him, like you remember the black dude in the crowd? I was him. I was literally him on the couch. Like my mouth was just like, and then they showed the black dude. I started laughing. I was like, I'm making that same face right now because I couldn't believe it.
Bro, like, lie to you not. 2 days before this happened, you remember 2K14? How they had beat the streak mode?
Yeah.
So I was trying every other character in the game. I couldn't beat Taker, no matter what I did. He had a reversal out of nowhere. I used Brock Lesnar, and I hit him with 3 F5s, and I finally won. And 2 days later, this happens. And I'm like, that's why it hit me double hard. I'm like, no. And I was about telling people, like, I think I beat Taker. I think I broke the streak on accident. Like, I was really mad at myself. Like, damn.
You the reason the streak broke. I'm the reason Harley Race passed away. It's crazy, man.
That's why I keep my mouth shut.
I don't know if I ever told you this, Greek. I'm dead serious though. Like when Harley Race passed last year, 2 days before, it was just like a thought crossed my mind. Like Harley Race still alive, huh? That's dope. I'm dead serious. It was all bad. I felt so sad. What's your favorite match, though, man? Y'all had enough time to figure it out.
Man, I'm going with Taker Sean first one.
First one.
Yeah, okay. Man. The one thing that really stood out to me is like it seems so like real.
Shawn Michaels was the first one to kick out the tombstone at WrestleMania.
Yeah, when Taker jumped over that rope and Shawn like pulled the cameraman, I was like,
wasn't the cameraman Manu?
Yep, yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
And he got his ass chewed out for that spot too.
He missed the spot. He didn't catch him.
He did. Yeah. He was supposed to catch him on that spot, and
that was him versus JBL. I think it was at a SummerSlam.
This nigga froze and then came back, interrupted you. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I was talking. I didn't even know. No, I was talking about him and Taker at Taker and JBL at SummerSlam when he chokeslammed him through his limo.
Oh, it's 04. That might be like one of the worst years in Taker career, low key though.
That just always stands out to me because I hated JBL so much.
I seen a thing, and we're gonna get to that. Excuse me in a second. I seen a picture on actually no, somebody tagged me in it. Zay tagged me in it a couple days ago. But Tariq, what's your favorite match? And we get into that.
All right. So first one, because I got it varies, but the first one that comes to mind is End of an Era, just because that put me through a lot. Yeah. Like it was taking some toll on my heart watching that. You know what I'm saying? Like the near finishes and everything.
It was tense. Like that. Shawn Michaels was trying to cheat.
Yeah.
All that.
Oh my god! And he added so much emotion to it. It's like, yo, that took me out. I couldn't get hyped for Rock and Cena. Like they just took it off. But if I had to say, like my favorite would be like every match he had with Randy Orton back in 05, because that's one of my favorite rivalries. Like that was like, you know, Randy on his Legend Killer bag, and Taker was still, you know, still in his prime, still could go, and it was like a perfect dynamic. Yes, No Mercy with the casket match, SummerSlam, and then Armageddon and Hell in a Cell. Like that whole thing was that was classic. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go with that.
And shout out to Taker, man. And
you know something I'm thinking of? I think Charlamagne gave like the WWE.
What?
I think our shit off. Because y'all like responding slow as hell now.
Fix your Wi-Fi, Malik. Hey, Malik. Hey, hold your thought. I'm gonna come back in. Yeah, he already knew. He already knew what I was about to say. I was about to kick him out. Reek, man. Let's hold this down so he come back in.
All right.
So shout out to my guy Zay, man. You know, he was on the show last week. If you haven't listened to that Jeff Hardy episode, go check that out. He sent me he tagged me in a picture, and it's 30 different pictures of the Undertaker, and it's by each year. So it's 30 different pictures by each year, and
right.
So from 1990 to current day, what is y'all's favorite Undertaker year? Pick 4 of them.
4. All right. So
I don't have no like specific years.
You said 4.
All right, yeah, 4.
I'll say 97, 2002, 2005, and oh, I say 2009.
I picked 99 because of that Lord of Darkness. That was just like that was next level. That was so different for which I want to say added to the Undertaker. It added to his character, added to the whole thing because he was able to switch the character up and be, first he was the mortician, and then it was like he was the zombie after they basically killed him at Royal Rumble with Yokozuna, and then he became the Lord of Darkness, this satanic cult leader. He disappears, comes back, riding a bike, listening to Limp Bizkit, wearing denim, it's crazy. And then he dies again. He comes back and he's like a blend of everything, and then he did it again in 2020. That's how legendary he is. He was able to revamp himself again in the 30th year.
But I like what he said too in the documentary. He was like, I mixed everything. Like there was Taker, there was old Taker, there was Biker Taker, and there was Mark Calloway. Yeah. He mixed everything into that. So I like that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I'm gonna go with 99. I'm gonna go with 2001 because I just been watching 2001 and he's just on another level. Like him and Kane, like they were teaming up together, but like they were still doing their own thing. And then like
what was his wife at the time name?
Sarah,
yeah.
Yeah, I actually just I just finished King of the Ring in 2001, where DDP debuted like a couple days before, and yeah, I'll talk about that later. 2002, just because it got the Jeff Hardy ladder match, and then like he drugged Hulk Hogan by a motorcycle that year, which was very entertaining. And I initially said 2007, but I'm gonna say 2009 just because he had the CM Punk thing. Like I think he was still having some matches with Edge around that time as well. So yeah, 2009 Taker was just, I think that was his last good year. He had the Shawn Michaels stuff. That was like his last good like full-time year. You got any Malik, or should we just move on?
Like you said, the Dark Ministry. I think that's probably my favorite one. Like, yeah, whatever. That had me extremely scared as a child, and like mind you, in the 90s, I was only like 2 or 3. But like those are some of those like vivid memories I have of being in the house, literally shook at this white man. No,
it was the tattoo that did it for me, bro. Like he had the whole sleeves, like that just made him look more.
His crew was crazy too. Viscera,
Medium Viscera, yeah, APA.
And as a kid, you think wrestling is like real. You think they really doing this. So I'm like, man, this man don't come to my house, put my folks up on stuff.
Between Ministry of Darkness and The Brood, I was traumatized watching wrestling. I couldn't stop watching it, but it was traumatizing the hell out of me. But
I love The Brood.
Gangrel and them, it was just like, I liked it, but it was freaking me the hell out. Because dude really got his teeth like sharpened up like that. I'm like, yo,
that's what really made me a fan of Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to The Brood, shout out to Edge and Christian, shout out to the Undertaker as well. Great career, man. He should be in the Hall of Fame and get his own year. Like he needs to have his own year dedicated to him, like nobody else. You gonna just have people just give speeches. We could have Kane. We could have his rivals over the years, excuse me. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to sit through a Hulk Hogan speech probably. We're gonna I said Kane already. Edge, most definitely Randy Orton. A lot of folks, and cap it off with Vince McMahon giving that final toast. Undertaker needs his own year. Next year. Hopefully next year we have a Hall of Fame. Shit. They still haven't inducted this year's class yet.
What was crazy? Last week when we were talking about Jeff Hardy and Undertaker, like I swear to God, like the next day they uploaded that full match to YouTube.
I swear they had that match on YouTube I watched it like some months back. Like, I think it's been on there.
I was looking through. I was just going down and like they
Your
like
algorithm was
recently
probably
did
just
it.
listening.
I guess they just re-uploaded it. Like it was on my
Okay.
subscriptions. I'm subscribed to WWE. Well, because Jeff Hardy, he's on the cover of Extreme Rules 2 right now, so
Okay.
just put those together, so that makes sense.
It's not shocking. Look at the colors. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Undertaker. Let's move on. We're running out of time here. Next week, man. What's better than a wrestling pay-per-view, guys? 2 wrestling pay-per-views. What's better than 2 wrestling pay-per-views? 2 wrestling pay-per-views on free TV on the same night. What's better than that is when they're on the same night, back-to-back weeks, man. So we're getting 2 big pay-per-views on
And you got DVR.
Back-to-back weeks, free television. Well, not free because we gotta pay for cable or whatever services you use to stream these channels, but they're not pay-per-view prices though, man. We haven't paid pay-per-view prices in a long time, but it's just like we just get to watch it. That's all I'm trying to say. Fyter Fest night 1, AEW Fyter Fest next week on Wednesday, as well as night 1 of the Great American Bash on NXT. We got huge matches on both shows during both weeks. As Malik say, I'm glad I have my Wednesday nights. Let's run through these cards, man. We're gonna start off. Let's get Great American Bash out the way because they've only announced like 3 matches so far, and we don't got the time to wait on them because we waiting forever. But number 1 contenders match for Io Shirai's NXT Women's Championship. I feel like I've seen this match several times, but I always am entertained by it. Mia Yim, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, and Tegan Nox will be taking on each other in a fatal 4-way. Who's going to walk out and challenge Io Shirai?
Conventional wisdom tells me Dakota Kai, but I feel like, if I'm being honest, it'll probably be Candice, just because it's like with her new the new persona now. I said this before. Her and Johnny turning heel, it's done more for her than it does for Johnny. So if we're really gonna support that, and then the next step is for her to really get a push. So I think it would be her winning. Although I'm rooting for Dakota. Hashtag get at me Dakota. But yeah, I think low key is probably gonna be Candice.
What about you, Lee?
I agree with Reek, man. Reek said everything I was thinking just now. Like I said, Candice, that would be great for her right now. It's just, I think when she get her opportunity, she was going to win because of Johnny might interfere or something. So, Dakota winning this wouldn't be surprising to me. So, I mean, who knows? Me and Yim might even get, another shot. So, we'll see.
Dakota Kai got a win this week on NXT. It was dope to see Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter finally get the team up on TV. Dakota Kai ended up tapping out one of them. I think it was Casey. So Dakota Kai looks strong heading into this match, but you know what that means. Typical WWE fashion. I'm gonna go with Candice. I can't see Tegan Nox or Mia Yim winning. I don't think they want to do the face versus face thing. So yeah, I got Candice, man. In a strap match, we got Roderick Strong versus Dexter Lumis. I love these undisputed therapy segments. They're very entertaining. Roderick Strong just found out that the therapist was Kyle O'Reilly the whole time. He's scared of the trunk. I think I was paying attention to Dynamite, so I can't remember. Roger Strong and Dexter Lumis, they had a segment today. Was that a match or what was that? I think it was supposed to be a match, no? Did they have the match?
I can't tell you. I don't think so.
Here, let me go look it up real quick.
They don't have a strap match. I wouldn't imagine having another match right now.
Shit, that's crazy.
I don't think I was working.
I was working
I don't think they did that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the results up. Give me a quick second. Yeah, Dexter Lumis beat Roger Strong tonight on NXT.
They had a match tonight.
They had a. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a rematch and a strap match. So who's gonna walk out the victor in this?
It just depends what they're gonna do. Is Undisputed Era gonna get in the middle of it, or because it makes sense for Dexter to win, but you can't ever count out Roddy.
Okay, all right. So Roddy lost, I think it's by count out.
You watching it right now?
Running away from him. Yeah, he running away. Yeah, he lost by count out. So if I'm booking this,
that makes sense. So they put him in a strap match. He can't run away. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking honestly, I think it's probably gonna be Roddy gonna win.
Yeah, Roddy been looking like a hoe for the last few weeks since the parking lot brawl. So
because they building this all up like he's running scared and everything like that. So when the final blow off comes, it's like, okay, he's gonna win that, and then maybe they'll drag it out for another week or so. But I think he wins.
Yeah, I got Roddy too. What about you, Malik?
It's hard. I don't know. I'm gonna throw Dexter out there. I want them to throw it out there, just to see if they keep pushing it. Maybe Dexter. Yeah, I'm rocking with him.
Cool. And I think the last match so far that they've announced is Rhea Ripley versus Aaliyah and Robert Stone in a handicap match. Rhea Ripley will join Robert Stone brand if she loses. So does she lose?
Normally in these situations, she might.
I would find it hilarious if she lost, but I don't see what there is to gain in it.
Yeah,
it's just I've been wrong in these situations before, so I'm not gonna say 100%, but I feel like she's probably gonna win because her being part. It's almost like when Cena lost in like when he joined the Nexus.
Yeah.
You never would have saw that coming, but it happened. I don't think they need to do that again. So I'm just gonna play it safe and hope on this one. But I think Rhea wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same, Rhea.
Yeah, I'm going with Rhea too. I can't remember if we were recording when we talked about this or not, but excuse me, Robert Stone, formerly known as Robbie E in Impact Wrestling, has been very entertaining to me the last few weeks since he dropped Chelsea Green. Like I was never a big Chelsea Green fan at all. I just didn't think she was good.
She got representation.
Yeah. I just didn't think she was good at all. And so like she left and I'm like, this dude Robert Stone, his life is in shambles over Chelsea fucking Green, which was crazy.
That's what's more crazy. Where's she been? Because she ain't been on TV since then.
They said they were going to bring her up to Raw, but I guess they waiting on that. I don't know. I don't want to see her on Raw either. She need to go back to the PC and train some more, man. I don't think she's good, really. Like you just watch her matches, like she just needs some work. Like she has potential, just like but she's like the same height as Rhea Ripley. So
you know what that real quick? You know what that reeks of, and it's gonna bug me. It's really gonna bug me because that would be the type of thing that happened because Vince sees like the visuals of her. And bring her up and mess around and give her a push. And I read something today that kind of bothered me because
hit her with that rumor
that he's. Well, there's that, but there's like this. They're talking about he officially gave up on Shayna, and that would be the stupidest thing to do because Charlotte's out. She's got surgery. She's going to be out until at least like Survivor Series. They said.
I heard the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Best case Survivor Series, worst case Rumble. So you got her and Becky going to be out for the rest of the year and beyond. Yeah, it's like, okay, the rest of the division got to step up, but Shayna Baszler could be that staple that you have for at least the summer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't see why you wouldn't do that. But it seems like in situations like this, that's where you would have a Chelsea Green because Vince sees, she's gorgeous and all this other stuff. Push her, when she can't do nothing. Just like when they tried to get Lana as a wrestler. that was terrible. You know what I'm saying? And this is it gives me PTSD and shit like that. So that's what really bothers me. I just gotta say that.
Like I say, it writes itself.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
So let's just hope for the best with that one.
Yeah.
You know, we just gonna wait for it. You know, in my usual logic, let's just wait for it to play out. Let's see what happens. Fyter Fest though, man. First night of Fyter Fest is also next week. We got so far we have 5 matches announced. I was on Wikipedia earlier. They had more than 5, so it looked like they might have changed something. I don't know what I can't even remember which one, but let's just run through it first here. For the AEW World Tag Championship, let's try to get through these pretty fast here. Kenny Omega, Adam Hangman Page put their titles on the line versus the Best Friends, Trent and Chucky T. Who's gonna walk out the victor in this?
Best friends, bro. I'm done with Adam Page and Kenny Omega together. It's there's nothing in there. There's nothing. They're singles wrestlers. Let them be singles wrestlers. Best friends are a great tag team. Let's put an end to this shit.
Yep, I'm with the Reek, man. Put the titles on the Best Friends. Also tonight they had expressed that I guess the Best Friends has never been tag team champions in any promotion they've ever been
That's
in.
crazy.
So yeah, right. Well, that's what they said. They've never been tag team champions wherever they've been. So
Okay.
I mean, right now like you said, I do not want to see Kenny and Hangman as the tag champs. They have way too many great tag teams on this roster to have them as tag champs. Not too many people in these world titles, mid card. Now that we got all this, everything's going on. Hey, yeah, it's time to get the titles off them. And plus, they're not on the show every week, so yeah, get
Exactly. So it's like, come on, man.
I agree. The Best Friends have been on a hot streak during this quarantine. I love Hangman Page. I've never been a Kenny Omega fan, so like seeing him lose, hopefully he takes the pinfall in this match, so I can be ecstatic. Best Friends. I got them too.
Trent deserves it.
Yeah, because I remember Trent. He was in ECW back in the day. That was crazy. Yeah, man. So yeah, I didn't know they've never been tag team champions ever. So that was kind of shocking, and they deserve it. So it should make for a great moment if they're to win. Next up, we got Cody putting his TNT championship on the line versus Jake Hager. I don't care. I didn't care about this match 7 years ago when they had it in WWE. I don't care about it now on a bigger stage when they try to make it more important with this press conference. I just don't like either guy. So, but I'm with that being said, I'm gonna just throw mine out here. Cody's gonna win because why not?
Huh?
I'd say Cody just because I don't. Jake has been playing the lackey for too long to believe he's a real credible threat, and so I don't see how unless you really plan on getting behind him and giving like a pushing him with this belt, but I don't see that. So I would just stick with Cody just conventional wisdom, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going with Cody too. I think the only way they will ever push Jake Hager is if he wins the heavyweight title in Bellator, and that's like 100% up to him. So, I can see that happening, but yeah, I'm throwing on Cody.
Yeah, I think we all on the same page with that one. It's a no-brainer. Well, it should be. Hikaru Shida defends her AEW Women's World Championship versus Penelope Ford. That's also a no-brainer. Shida.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. These past few weeks they made me really interested in this match, man. Shida, what she did tonight, it's just so simple, but it was like it's just like I said, it writes itself. It's so simple.
I love the story told in that segment because you had Shida getting into it with Penelope Ford at ringside prior to her match, gets slapped by her. The referee doesn't let her react at all. So Sheeta's like, all right, gets in the ring and just like completely obliterates old girl in like 10 seconds and wastes zero time going back out. Like, all right, bitch, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I loved it, dude. I loved it. I'm a big fan.
It was so simple.
Yeah, simple. Just simple booking, man. I'm a big fan of Cheeto. I've said it before. You know, they really got me invested. I like women's wrestling just in general. So like to see AEW have the worst women's wrestling out of all the big companies, it kind of makes me sad because like I don't think any company should have bad women's wrestling. There's so many great women's wrestlers out here. They
finally
got so many good. They getting some
it.
momentum. Like you know
yeah.
You know you still have Britt Baker being an effective thing. She's very effective. You know, I love the stuff with her and Big Swole. I just don't like. I hate when baby faces do heel shit and like Big Swole is just terrorizing this injured woman every single week, harassing her. I don't like it.
You keep that shit going, man.
I just don't like it, man.
That's Big Swole. Like that's just her. That's her. You could tell, like she like her. That's just her personality.
How do you
treat
life. A role model this way? Come on, man. Like such a positive person like Britt Baker, and you just terrorize and harass her at work every week. Britt Baker, I said this about Sammy Guevara, about how he needs to go to HR. Britt Baker needs to go to HR on Big Swole.
Miss Bebe.
So with that being said, I need Adam Cole to show up on Main Event next week and just like confront Cedric Alexander, be like, "Hey, fam, what's good?" On Main Event, that's where Cedric be at.
Oh man,
bro, that is hilarious, bro.
Let's move on. We got the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Luchasaurus versus MJF and Wardlow. We talked about this before we started recording, man. Luchasaurus and Wardlow had a fun little sprint on Dynamite this week. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. But who y'all got in this match?
I don't care. I don't even let him wrestle. I don't care. Let him go.
If I were to give a winner of this match, I'm going to go with Jurassic Express just because MJF I think is undefeated this year in 2020. So like him losing on a big show just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them going in that direction. Who you got, Reed?
I would probably take Jurassic just because MJF won that first scrap they had back at what was it, Revolution, that they had the match against each other. So I guess
so. No, it was a double or nothing.
Yeah. So MJ got that win over Jungle Boy, so they can run it back. Jurassic, they can have this one. It ain't gonna make a difference.
And the fifth match announced for next week, Private Party will be taking on Santana and Ortiz. Who y'all got?
That's so random.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know they was beefing. Like it just seemed like a random match.
Wasn't there another match announced too? The Bucks, FTR.
Yeah,
that's what it was. That's the match they took off.
Yeah,
so
they take
8-man tag match. Yeah, they announced it tonight. That's the match that they took off of this profile here.
Can I say one thing, bro? One thing.
Let me. Who you got for this match? Like, who you got for this match?
Bucks and FTR.
No, not that match.
Oh, my fault.
We were still talking about another match.
Santana and Ortiz. I'll take Santana.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about that match? We don't know what they even have.
I don't either. I'm gonna go with Private Party because they black.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
And then the other match they announced, I don't know the status on it because like Wikipedia changed their shit up. But it's FTR and the Young Bucks versus Butcher and Blade and the Lucha Bros. It's good to see Pentagon Jr. back. I pop for Pentagon. I wasn't expecting him back. Ray Phoenix been around. Just Pentagon just been in Mexico this whole time.
Yeah. Was he hurt? Hurt though?
I think he was quarantined. I think he was locked down in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So you got FTR.
I thought he was like hurt or something.
I mean, yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious. And only thing I have a problem with this is the Butcher and the Blade. They need to be sent back to the WWE Performance Center. They need to take them there because they need for real training. The promo they tried to cut tonight was terrible.
It
A
was
lot
so
of their
bad.
moves, a lot of their wrestling is terrible. Like the Lucha Bros popped up way before he didn't even know how to really even announce them. Like that was just bad. Like they need a manager, and they need a manager bad. I don't care who it is, man. I don't care. Throw them in a dark order or something. Like they need.
Yeah.
Stop letting them talk.
Hey, how
Like
cultured are y'all? How cultured are y'all? Have y'all seen Mean Girls?
Yeah.
I've always heard about them. I never watched it.
Stop trying to make Butcher and Blade happen. It's never gonna happen. Let's stop that. I'm going. I got FTR and the Young Bucks too, man. Like I love the Lucha Bros, man. I love Pentagon. I love Ray Phoenix. Butcher and Blade just not it. Like their debut was trash. Like this, like what they're doing now is just not good. Like for somebody who I've been so outspoken about FTR, the revival back when they were the revival. Like I've been outspoken against them, but Butcher and Blade just make FTR look like the Harlem Heat, like just like the GOAT tag team. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
Right.
I take FTR and Young Bucks. I mean, at the end of the day, FTR is not going to be losing for at least a little while. But something about Butcher and Blade, it gives me this concern. And y'all might look at me. Y'all might look at me crazy when I say this, but it reminds me of main roster ascension, and that's a deep concern. That's a deep concern.
That's
because I feel like they got an upside, but you're not seeing it right now.
That's a perfect comparison because they really just like I get that same feeling of like I don't give a shit about either of these niggas. Like that's how I feel. Ultimately, that's how I feel. Like they're just like Malik said, man. They need to
call up. Hey, look. I know y'all don't mess with each other, but call up Vince. Call up Triple H.
Hit up Triple H. Hit up Matt Bloom. Like
we gotta send y'all because they are terrible.
We just want to get in the PC, bro. We don't even want to get on TV.
Let's let them get in promo class, like real quick.
Yeah, man. A serious training with they wrestlers and stuff like that. I think they need to do throughout the week, like even just practicing the show. You know what I mean? Because some people have that it factor where they can get on the mic with no script, no nothing, and go crazy. Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? But you could tell they gave him bullet points. He just didn't know what the fuck to say. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what made him look so stupid and was like, yeah, get them a manager. Let's sharpen up on their wrestling skills. Maybe drop some pounds. You know what I'm saying? And bring them back because
and the fact that it was like literally live television didn't help them at all either. Like, so
exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah. Let's wrap up here. I'm gonna get this 10 minutes. This is from Malik. I know Malik like to ramble. But Monday Night Raw, Malik really enjoyed Monday Night Raw this past week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did. I've enjoyed Raw for the last 2 weeks. Really good television. I'm gonna issue another apology to Bruce Pritchard, man. I'm letting it play out now. Like I'm just saying, like got some good character development going on Raw. Let me just run through some things, man. Dolph Ziggler, it's Dolph, and Bobby Roode were the I don't know what took them so long to announce this, but they were the 2 guys traded for AJ Styles. So they are now on Monday Night Raw. I totally forgot Bobby Roode existed though. So like Dolph Ziggler's like, I got traded along with my tag team partner, and I'm like, who are you talking about? I was like, who is he talking about? Like, I didn't know. But yeah, he came out, challenged Drew McIntyre for the WWE title at Extreme Rules. This is the second year in a row where he just like butts in the WWE Champion's business. Don't like it, but yeah, so that's cool. Street Profits finally beat the Viking Raiders. Really good match. Which match was better? The match they had on NXT last year or this one?
I think I'm gonna stick with the NXT one, but I really like this one. This one was good for all this nonsense that they had going on the last few weeks. That I was like,
I gotta go back and watch
this
it.
paid off well enough. It was good.
I think I'm gonna side with the NXT match because the NXT match didn't have commercials. That kind of commercials be taking me out, man. I still haven't rewatched Daniel Bryan and AJ just because of commercials. Like I'm a fast forward.
I think there was
5 commercial breaks.
Commercials. Yeah, I'm like,
I counted during the match, so I was like, this is the 5th one.
I can't do that.
Crazy. That's ridiculous.
It was a good matchup.
That frog splash
was incredible.
Yeah.
No, the one thing he did where he just flipped back up on his feet from a headstand, like that was crazy. Like Montez Ford is insanely athletic. I'm very jealous.
I don't think anybody get that kind of elevation on the frog splash before.
Nah, Eddie never did it. RVD he tried before, but I don't think he's ever gotten that high up.
No. He with no hesitation, he just jumped and flew. Like, man,
shout out to Montez Ford, man. After the match, we got Andrade and Angel Garza attack the champions. Looks like we're gonna get that feud. And hopefully it's been, can you guys believe it's been 8 weeks since Bianca Belair has been on Raw? 8 weeks.
I thought it was longer than that.
See, this is what I'm trying not to rant. I'm trying not to rant. But this,
you got restarted.
This is what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I'm talking about. You had Bianca, and she didn't get a run with the title in NXT. She had more gas to get out there, but to say, okay, let's move up to Raw. That's fine. But she's not even on TV. And now it's like, again, your top women are out for the better part next year and beyond. You got more opportunities for some of these women. Bianca can turn heel. You know what I'm saying? She's a natural heel. That works. You know what I'm saying? Since Asuka's in face now, use what you got. This whole thing with Sasha, you know what I'm saying? They just set up a match between the two of them, mainstream rules. That can work. You know what I'm saying? But are you going to drag that into the summer? Is it going to be a SummerSlam program? Who knows? But slots are open.
Y'all know Bianca Belair about to be a part of this feud, right?
Well, I'm with it. Please make that.
She ain't been on TV in 8 weeks. Like, just let her go with Street Profits, take on Zelina's Angels and Zelina herself. Like, y'all already teased it a couple months ago. Let Zelina wrestle because she can wrestle. Let Bianca appear on television because she's on main event that nobody watches except if you're overseas because it comes on TV overseas. So,
like, didn't she get a whole T-shirt that says "I go here now, but I don't see you here now"? Like,
I haven't seen you in 2 months.
Like, come on!
I don't watch main event.
I go here now, but I don't see you here now.
It's true.
She started going there and got suspended immediately.
First day, you got into a fight and got kicked out. Like,
something.
Bro, that's funny. That's what
we got a big promo. We got a big promo from Edge backstage. I love these Edge monologues too. Like, Edge went to Hollywood after he retired the first time and just like came back cutting monologues every week. I love it.
He can't do no more promos anymore.
Nah,
like it's got to be that or nothing.
Nah.
Even when they get crowds back, like just give him his own space and just let him rock.
Yeah, let him do his thing. But so he basically said like he's gonna make Randy Orton wish that Bullet Bob Armstrong, Cowboy Bob Orton, excuse me, wrong Bob.
Bobby Bob.
Cowboy Bob Orton. He said he's gonna make Randy wish that Cowboy Bob was shooting blanks the night that Randy was conceived. That's a bar. I don't care what nobody says. That's a bar. How should this end? I don't think they can do nothing more than the Hell in a Cell. They gotta do Hell in a Cell.
It should never end. Never let it end.
We gotta have a rubber match. Edge won the first one. Randy Orton won the second. They gotta have a third one. How should this end?
They should do something different, like an Iron Man Hell in a Cell.
What?
Yeah, have them fight for like 30 minutes in a Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell be 30 minutes anyway.
But make it an Iron Man match.
There's only one way for it to end. There's only one way. No,
hell no.
They haven't done this. They haven't done this in a long time. When I say it, y'all gonna be with me on this.
Man, I've been on 3 stages of hell. Oh,
damn! I didn't even hear what he said, bro.
Yeah.
It's gotta be an I Quit match.
I Quit, yeah.
They haven't done that in how long now?
I think it's been like 10 years. What was the last one? Batista and John Cena?
I think so. I think, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no. 2011. It was, I think, Cena and The Miz. Or no?
Miz and John Morrison? No, they didn't have an I Quit match. They had a last
Miz
minute.
Morrison, I think, I won.
I thought that was the last minute.
It was around that time, so it was something. It was, we know it.
Yo,
it was
like,
yeah, it was in
2008 to like 2012, like maybe 13, just kind of just blends all together. I think the only thing from those years I just outright remember were like the Nexus debuting and like the whole CM Punk thing and like The Rock and then the Shield debut. But like everything else that happened in them years, just like I don't know.
Yeah.
But we also probably gonna get a Big Show and Randy Orton match at Extreme Rules. Like, you know, Big Show appeared on Edge and Christian's TV show on the network. I'm not mad at it. Like Leak over here, you know, taking a big deep breath. I'm not mad at it. Like Big Show's, you know, the match he had with Drew McIntyre was surprisingly good because I had the same reaction Malik had when I heard Big Show's music come out at Mania or the night after Mania rather. And but like it was decent. So I think like, you know, Big Show and Randy Orton, they can have a decent little, you know, 10-minute thing that don't really disrupt anybody. I'm not mad at it. Let's just leave Ric Flair at home, man. He don't need to be around these people with the COVID. You know, he really compromised out here. You know, he out here, you know, having these surgeries, heart surgeries and stuff. Keep his ass at home.
You can't tell him nothing. He gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
He's still deadlifting like 300 though, right?
Rick?
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
Rick out here. He's still in shape.
Deadlifting 300. I deadlifted 300 in high school and almost passed out.
Yeah.
So okay,
out here playing.
I feel you. We had Asuka defeated Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair got into it with Nia Jax, had a little arm injury. Asuka worked over her arm the whole match, made her tap out. So Charlotte Flair's gonna need some surgery. She's gonna be out for the rest of the year. Later on that evening, the tag champs, the women's tag champs, Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated the Iconics and retained the women's tag team championships. And after the match, Sasha Banks is like, "Yo, I'm getting a little jealous, Bayley. You got 2 belts. I want 2 belts. So I'm challenging Asuka." Like they got me a little bit. I was like, "Oh, they about to do it right now?" Like it didn't make sense to do it right now. So they got me. I was like, "Oh, they ain't about to do it right now." Okay, cool. So Sasha challenged Asuka. Asuka comes out, is like, "You're not the boss to me, I accept." And then, you know, Sasha and Bayley beat Asuka ass, you know. They pose with both of the titles. Like Sasha had both belts in one hand, and, you know what I'm saying? You know, Bayley had both her belts. Sasha looked good with both of them belts, man. I don't think she's gonna win, but like I wouldn't be mad at it. So would y'all want to see 2 belts Banks? Y'all want to see Sadie's 2 champs?
Yeah,
no,
I wouldn't be mad at it. Oh, okay, Reed.
Because that's not what I want. She came back with blue hair because she's supposed to be coming after the SmackDown belt. That's the only one she ain't got yet. And I'm sick of the teasers. Okay, I understand you gotta, you know, work us over a little bit, but damn it, it's like y'all just digging deep enough to be like, okay, nope. Just really getting close.
What do I always say, Reek? Let it play out, man.
I think I understand. I got you. I know it's the long game, but it'd be like she's too good. That's really what it is. She's too good with it, and it's like you really getting like, oh, she gets every time she gets a little snide, looks at the belt. You know what I'm saying? That those little smirks and shit like that, and then when she cuts the promo, she looking dead in Bayley's eyes, like, yo, I'm letting you know what's up, and it just gets you hyped, like, yo.
I mean,
like,
let's do some theories. What if Sasha do wins? Say when if they both have run with both belts and the tag titles, what if Sasha turns on her when they are defending the tag titles and they lose them, and then they put it in, you know, belt for belt? and winner takes all. I could see that happening, and Sasha winning. I think that would make. I think that would make up for everything.
Sasha get
Sasha
2 world championships, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
At all. I think what's gonna happen. I would like to see her win the Raw belt from Asuka, but I just don't want to derail Asuka's momentum. However, they just like when they first won the tag titles, I was like they need to book them like how Triple H and Stone Cold were getting booked in 2001 before Triple H tore his quadriceps.
Yeah, 2-man power trip.
Yeah, 2-man power trip, but just like with them, 2-women power trip, like they appearing on both shows. I mean, all 3 shows actually. They've been on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown every week because they're the tag team champions, because they can do that, and it's dope, man. Like they're really just this is the most intriguing. Like I've been a huge Sasha Banks fan since NXT. Like I seen because she's what drew me into NXT back in 2014. Like she was one of the only black people in just all around all together on that show. And like that's what made me get into that. I was like, that's what made me become a fan of Sasha Banks at the time, because she was the only black person around, and she was a black woman, and she was like her character, the boss character was just like was dope to me back then watching NXT. So I'm like, I rock with this. It's a black girl with just attitude. Like I love that. Like that's what I love from Bianca Belair. It's just like both of them together. They 2 peas in the same pot. Like Naomi, same story. Like I just love, they let WWE has let the black women be black women. That's dope. Like you don't get to see that often. Like especially with Naomi, for real. But I'm rambling right now. But yeah, I need 2 belts Banks, man. Whether you do it at Extreme Rules or whether you do it at SummerSlam, like y'all mentioned, where Sasha goes in and just beats Bayley. However you want to do it, I don't mind, man.
I'd be down with that.
Let's get it. Next we had
just make sure she can retain it. After.
Yeah. Let her defend this one time. Man. Come on. Next up, we had the VIP lounge with Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews, he keep trying MVP. Like MVP is on his shit. And we had Shelton Benjamin came out. So it looks like Shelton Benjamin is affiliated with MVP and Bobby Lashley as well. They still trying to get Apollo. They want Apollo bad because he the US champ. So I could see a scenario where Bobby Lashley actually wins the U.S. championship again, which would be his second reign. He won it back in 2006.
Yep.
Or Sheldon. I wouldn't mind Sheldon winning. Like I like seeing Sheldon Benjamin on my TV again, like 2 weeks in a row. So that's cool. Which is odd. You know what's crazy? I thought about this during Raw, and I was like, we see Sheldon Benjamin after Paul Heyman gets let go. Which you would have thought Shelton Benjamin would have been around more when Paul Heyman was running the show. But either or, it's cool to see Sheldon get some opportunity, man. He hasn't done much since he's come back to the WWE when he come back 2017, I think it was. So
when the brand happened,
let's get Sheldon. Let's get him back doing his thing. Remember he was the gold standard. Has always been one of my favorite wrestlers. So it's good to see him back and good to see him doing something. Keep him with MVP and Bobby Lashley. Let Apollo, let's get a slow burn with Apollo going. And let's get R-Truth in there too. Let's have them. We could have Cedric Alexander and Ricochet just like rule over main event. They are part of the group too.
Because I'm black, y'all. I'm black.
Let's get all the black. This is the perfect societal environment for them to do it.
You know what that makes me think of too? Because what happened to Titus Worldwide? Like this is gonna be like what that could have been if they would have just gave
had a white woman in their group. That don't count.
It just I don't think nobody really took it serious. Ever since Titus slid under that ring,
Like it's Titus. Nobody took it serious because it's Titus O'Neil. Speaking of R-Truth, he's on my TV right now. It was Titus O'Neil. It was Akira Tozawa and Dana Brooke. Like nobody was taking that seriously at all.
Yeah,
they had Apollo too.
Yeah.
Nobody
was taking Apollo seriously back then.
Well, yeah, that's true. But then Tozawa won the cruiserweight title, so it was like they was on to something, but then it just dropped.
And shout out to Akira Tozawa for winning back the 24/7 championship too.
Yeah,
this ninja thing is killing me. It's good, but it's killing me. I think.
Yeah,
got ninjas running around.
I love the ninja stuff. Elsewhere on Raw in our last segment, we had Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic. Rey Mysterio and Prince Mysterio came out there and did their thing. Talked about how Seth Rollins messed with their family is gonna be hell to pay. Dominic really on his
he really got it.
He feeling himself. He wants to smoke real like all to eventually turn on his dad. You know this gonna happen.
I've never been more convinced.
Yeah,
I said it in the beginning, but now it's like you know where this is going.
This shit never work out. That'd be so terrible.
Right. The Messiah and his followers, Austin Theory, Buddy Murphy, they came out, try to get on Ray, and they were kind of ran off eventually by Humberto Carrillo and Aleister Black. So we probably gonna get a 6-man tag at Extreme Rules. That's probably gonna when we do our prediction show, I'm gonna probably say that's my match of the night because that one's gonna go crazy. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff going on in that match. But
and it's fun. I like they let Dominic actually, get some action in. You know what I mean? Because I've been watching him train for a couple years now, and I was wondering, like, when is he going, start wrestling at indie events? But he went straight to the main roster. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
I thought he'd at least get a run in NXT. Like the Rock daughter got to go to NXT.
Right. Yeah. I'm curious what they're going to do with him.
He's going to join up with Seth Rollins. You already know.
He's been on screen on TV since what, 05?
2002, I think, was the first time I seen him. When 2003, actually, he was ringside with Ray won the cruiserweight title.
Cruiserweight, yeah.
And then he was involved with the I'm Your Poppy stuff, and just here and there. So we WWE audiences, we have known who Dominic Mysterio was for a very long time. Dominic Mysterio. So he's definitely come on now. He's definitely gonna join up with Seth Rollins eventually. But for now, he's been training. When he gets in the ring, I expect him to be a beast because he was trained by Lance Storm and his dad is Rey Mysterio. So you have no choice but to be really good. So shout out to Dominic, man. I call him Chicano Walter because he looks like Walter. Looks just like Walter. That's all I got, man. This is Young King Wrestling. And my guy started cracking up, man. This has been the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, episode 44. I'm TC Fontaine, as always, man. Like I said, man, subscribe to us, rate us. You can follow me on Instagram at tc.fontaine. I don't post really, but still follow me. I don't know why you would follow me if I don't post, but still follow me. But we do post though on YK Wrestling at YK Wrestling everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Go check that out.
Yes, sir.
Hit your socials, guys.
Malik.lv on Instagram.
YK Sports 23 as well.
Yes, sir.
Wreak Havoc 24. Looking at you, Dakota Kai. Get at me, Dakota. And catch me on the Havoc Hour too on Instagram and YouTube. And wherever you find your podcast as well.
Hey, yo, go listen to that Havoc Hour, man. As well.
Please.
Y'all, this is so random. I'm watching Armageddon 2000 right now. This has been on the whole time we've been recording. But do y'all remember when R-Truth and Road Dogg were tag team?
Yes.
Oh,
I remember that.
Getting rowdy.
Wow.
They had this man Road
They
Dogg
was a tag
in
team in
the
TNA
studio.
too, I think, right?
Yeah, 3 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 Live Crew was hard though. I don't care what nobody say. They
3
had it
Live
on
Crew.
in. It was hard.
That's
In WWE, there was
Man.
a tag team, and like our Truth was in the studio. He had Road Dogg in the studio with him, and Road Dogg was just like you wasn't rapping, you wasn't saying that. I always used to thought Road Dogg sung Jeff Jarrett's theme song too.
He did, didn't he?
He did. I thought he did.
I don't think he did for real. He might have.
Oh.
Shit, I don't know.
I feel like he did.
Spending
Yeah, I thought
my
they said.
days working hard on the go.
Yeah.
All right.
On the clock, spinning too
It
slow.
has been the Young Kings
I
Wrestling
can't wait
Podcast.
to edit this podcast tonight. Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, man. We are out of here.
Go.